Hello, this video is going to be about artwork, which we think is a subject that's probably not considered enough or thought through enough or strategically placed enough within an emerging artist's sphere of consideration and weighting of importance. So artwork, you probably know, is the image that's associated with a piece of music, whether it be a single, an EP, an album, a remix, whatever it might be. It's the image that users see when they're listening to a music, should they be flicking through their DSP of choice. Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon, the list goes on. Now, what artwork can do and does do is support your artistic intention and your artistic identity. So it should be created from the intention of the music and you as an artist. It should have a connection with you, the artist, with the song, with that phase of music that you're operating within, that you're releasing, you're promoting. It is a really powerful asset in terms of engagement with an audience. Now, that audience could be and should be and hopefully will be potential fans, actual fans, and community of people supporting you, but also from the promotional side of the industry. I think a good example could be Spotify. And when pitching to Spotify, when an editor receives that information, of course, they're going to listen to the track. And if they like the track, they're going to read a bit about your pitch. But there's another element that they're going to investigate and analyse in a way. Well, a snapshot, but still they'll consider it. And that's the artwork. Do they read about you, read about the song, listen to the song, look at the artwork and think, yeah, that fits. That makes sense. And if they don't, if one of those three pieces are missing, and the artwork in this case, as the video suggests, if that's not quite there, then you've squandered a potential opportunity of a useful element of support, growth, expansion, discoverability. So artwork's really important. Now, expanding beyond just the one single at a time, of course, that is really important. If you're releasing a slew of singles, maybe a waterfall release, a single every 7 weeks, as part of maybe an EP, then over time, yes, each piece of artwork has its own story that's connected to the song that it's associated with, or the EP or the album. But actually, as you're delivering more music and delivering more artwork, you need to consider, is there a theme across the pieces of artwork? Does it re-deliver? Does it reinforce your brand intention, which has been derived from your music and your artistic vision and identity, all those sorts of things, personality, character, feed into the brand of you. So does the artwork. So does the string of artwork associated with each single. So it's really important, asset-wise, that you are pushing artwork slightly higher up the priority list. It shouldn't be on afterthought. It shouldn't just be a good photo of you, although that can help in certain circumstances. It needs to be more strategic than that. It needs to be another part of your artistic expression, your artistic presentation and proposition. It really is more important than, as I said, most artists realise. Now, it's also a very good instant snapshot, if you will, of being able to promote either the single's name, the artist's name, or if appropriate, a logo of the band or artist. So again, it's another strong reason, another strong presentation platform to facilitate communicating who you are. We know it's really competitive out there. There's lots of artists releasing lots of music, lots of bands releasing lots of music. So any part of your offering that increases the engagement, increases the interest, increases and strengthens your statement is going to be really important. It is really important. And also the format. Although if you take looking at Spotify on your phone, for example, or Apple Music or other DSPs that are available, the artwork appears small, but actually most artwork needs to be square, 3,000 by 3,000 pixels. That's actually a relatively large resolution image. So it does bear importance to consider and remember that the artwork is actually a high quality image. It might appear small on certain platforms you're engaging with, but it can be exploded out. So again, it's a quality piece of artistic presentation. It's a strong asset. Another thing to mention, I think, here is it's a dynamic strategy. How you make your artwork, what should be in the artwork, etc. So for an emerging artist, which is where concentration is on the artist guides mostly, it's about making sure that opportunity of artistic presentation, you are always putting forward a strong message and a strong framework to entice people in. And often that means you need to be in the shot, in the artwork. Now, if you are maybe a very left field, let's say instrumental driven artist, that's the type of music you're making, then there might be a stronger argument that you don't need to be on that shot, because maybe actually an interesting piece of artwork that fits with the style of music you're doing, and when you're not really present as a vocalist. So that's kind of an area where you might be able to get away with, so to speak, not being in the shot. You might have more of a design-based piece of artwork or slew of artworks across your singles. But for an emerging artist who's lyric, melody, front person driven, being in that shot, in that artwork, particularly for your first kind of set of releases, maybe the first three phases, 3 pieces of music, let's say, be in the artwork. Be in the artwork, because it's just another reason, it's another opportunity to keep presenting yourself to hopefully a widening audience, but also you're then starting to service a growing community of early adopters, of real kind of early championing fans. Like, they're going to be interested in how your artwork kind of develops as well, and how it reinforces their understanding and expectation to a certain degree of who you are as an artist and what you have to offer, what you're saying. So that's really important. I think another thing to mention here is, I get almost being realistic and having a realistic expectation. So by that we mean you don't need to spend a fortune on artwork. You don't need to spend a lot of money going with various photographers trying to get interesting pictures and shots in order to then hopefully make one of them the artwork. You can be a lot more accessible with this sort of stuff. Look, we've all got smartphones, or the vast majority of us have smartphones. They're all HD cameras nowadays. So we work with artists that some of their artwork shots and even their press shots on occasion have been from their own phone, where they've had someone take a photo or they've done it themselves. So there shouldn't be any barriers or restrictions to creating interesting, artistically driven, relevant artwork for your singles and your EP, if you're going to bunch them together as an EP at the end. So these are some real strong reasons, important reasons to take time with your artwork, to put some thought and strategic intention analysis behind it, and again use it for another opportunity to really bring people into your world bit by bit by bit. Have fun. Comment below any questions you might have. Let us know what you think. Let us know about any topics you want covered. We're here for you. We'll try and do as many of these videos as we can to build out resources. And like and subscribe if you want to know more, and we'll help you with the journey.